Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mitch. Good Thursday morning to you all. Hope you guys are feeling well this morning and having a great week out there so far. I got you an update, weather-wise, as we always do in the morning time videos on what is going to unfold weather-wise today. So, if you guys have not subscribed, certainly consider doing that. Like the video if you like it. Appreciate the support. And if you guys got anything that I can pray about, pray over, please put in the comments below so I can pray over it and so others can do so too. I definitely am asking for continuous prayers for me and my family personally. And it's been a pretty rough week, with the toilet situation. Had a couple other little small things going on also, but not really a big deal. But sometimes all them little small things can add up and feel like one big thing. But everything's cool, everything's fine. But just like any other person, they go through a rough week. It's all about the valleys and then the mountaintops. You go down the valleys, you can't stay down there too long. And if you stay down there too long, then you get off routine. Then it just kind of disrupts your whole pattern in life. So it's all about taking the blows of life and then getting right back up and rolling on through. But so I really appreciate the prayers and thank y'all. It really does mean a lot. But as we're moving through here, there's not a whole lot really to discuss today. Some flooding is certainly possible for areas of the south, and we're going to talk about the chances of severe storms for areas of the northern portion of the lower 48. So that's what we're going to break down for you guys. So let's get rolling here. Water vapor loop. Make sure my volume's good. Water vapor loop shows the continuous kind of funnel of moisture ahead of this trough or cold front right into here, where you can actually see the boundary of where there's more dry air, not necessarily real dry air, but more dry air and more moist air, which is the more brighter colors of the white, things like that. And then you see a big old upper level low out here spinning in the tropics. But in general, this is going to fire up a lot of moisture for this area as storms will continue to fire up ahead of this kind of stalled frontal boundary right here. And then you got a system into here that will fire up some storms in the Dakotas into Minnesota maybe a little bit later tonight. And of course, we move on forward, and you can see that here. You got this slight risk for North Dakota, areas of northeast South Dakota, and then areas of western Minnesota. Got a marginal risk for severe storms down here in the southeast. This extends all the way from southern Alabama all the way up through almost Virginia Beach, Virginia here. This includes Tallahassee, Jacksonville, Columbia, Charleston, Wilmington, Columbus, Georgia. So, a lot of medium-sized cities, if you will. But it will be a threat for severe storms again, kind of like yesterday. This frontal boundary has stalled, so you just keep getting the chance for strong to severe storms ahead of it as definitely a moist flow continues to fire up here with plenty of surface moisture. But there will be a flooding risk. In fact, there's a flooding risk ongoing in areas of Alabama right now, well south of Birmingham, around the Auburn area, where you got an outflow, kind of a backwards moving outflow boundary, just producing like 2 to 3, 4 inches of rain in that area. So if you're viewing for that area, you know kind of what's going on down there. So be careful of flooding in Alabama this morning. But there is a slight risk for flash flood guidance being met down here in the southeast. And as we spoke on before, that is at least a 15% chance of flash flood guidance being met in your area. That means that whatever threshold of whatever criteria of flash flooding is being met in this area. And that really all just depends on how much rain you've got lately. So you could get also flash flooding in this marginal risk, which is at least a 5% chance of flash flooding occurring. This will continue. So flooding risk will continue. We don't have a moderate risk or anything like that, but there will still be an ongoing flash flood threat today. Heat advisory is up. It doesn't look as widespread or as crazy as the last few days, but if you tuned in to last evening's video, you will know that the brutal heat is going to continue and probably actually get a little bit worse here in the coming days. But for now, it is still very hot. The only thing that might save you today in Texas is I think there's a chance for more widespread showers and storms. We'll talk about that in this video also. But the southeast, let's talk about them first. Moving forward here, we're getting into about the mid to late morning hours, maybe some showers, in Alabama all the way through the eastern Carolinas. And then later today, the atmosphere will try to destabilize and maybe some stronger storms will try to form here, from Charlotte to Columbia, maybe Augusta. But they'll be very isolated in nature, but more widespread tropical downpours in southern areas of Louisiana, deep southern areas of Mississippi, Alabama, and the panhandle of Florida. And then you got tropical downpours also in areas of Florida. So a lot of rain can fall fast with these Downpours, it might only rain for 20 minutes, but you can get ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain very quickly. Drenching rains with plenty of tropical moisture, precipitation values over 2 inches in certain areas. So that basically means that if it rains in these kind of setups, it's going to absolutely unload. So that'll be the case today. And then maybe some showers and storms popping up along the coastal regions of South Carolina. But the more northeast you go, the probably the less widespread it is. But maybe as you're getting into the overnight hours tonight, into Friday morning, and maybe this shifts more into the Carolinas per the latest HRRR model. So we'll see what happens with this. This would bring a lot of widespread rain into the wee hours of the morning tomorrow morning for the Carolinas and areas of Georgia. The southeast, what could happen today? The northeast. Maybe an isolated storm or two in southern New England. We'll watch out for that in Connecticut, Rhode Island, and southeast Mass. We'll see how that unfolds today, but not expecting really anything severe. But there could be maybe a storm or two in that region, Connecticut, Rhode Island, southeast Mass. A little bit later this afternoon, certainly possible. The south central U.S., we're going to have plenty of rain in southern Louisiana that will continue, like we mentioned just a second ago. But check out this, you got widespread right in the heart of Texas, some downpours showing up here, even some showers and storms just west or northwest, or west northwest of Houston here. So, you guys need to rain down here. There's areas in a severe, exceptional drought down in this area. But this looks like a better chance of rain right in the heart of Texas today. Watch out, Austin. You guys could get some nice rains, but it's still going to be hit or miss, but it looks more widespread than the last several days. So hopefully y'all get this, because this will cool you off. If this happens, it'll happen around 4 to 5 to 6 p.m. So right in the hottest time of the day. So it'll cool you guys off and give you guys some beneficial rain. Let's hope that happens today. And the good news is there's not much of a severe weather threat with that scenario either, so you don't really have to deal with any kind of crazy severe weather with the rain chances. But north central U.S. today, some showers kind of drifting through the Dakotas and Minnesota, northern Minnesota, throughout the late afternoon hours, and then probably sometime this evening, a complex of storms will try to work its way out of Canada into North Dakota, and these could produce some damaging winds. In fact, you go back to the Storm Prediction Center, and the biggest threat is damaging winds and maybe some small hail with these. The tornado threat is basically not necessarily non-existent, but it's not very high with this setup. But there will be some severe storms in areas of western Minnesota later tonight, and then earlier this evening, maybe so in North Dakota. So we'll watch that. This could evolve into some more stronger to severe storms, actually a little bit further south, and maybe kind of west central areas of Minnesota, if you will. So this could bring some more widespread heavy rain into Minneapolis as you're waking up tomorrow morning across this area for your Friday morning. And this big old area of showers and rain and storms and everything like that will move a little bit further into Wisconsin, maybe into the Chicago area tomorrow morning. But talking about rain for these areas, I could see a lot of rain today. I know this might be a little difficult to see on your screen, but it'll be very widespread. For Columbia, it's trying to say over a ½ inch of rain, but there's a chance we might not get a drop of rain. It's just kind of hit or miss. But in general, it's the National Weather Service. They're saying, hey, there is a chance for widespread tropical downpours anywhere from eastern North Carolina all the way to southeast Texas today. So anybody could get. Some areas probably will get 1 to 2 inches of rain today, but some areas that are showing rain might, you might have a 60% chance of storms in your forecast today, and you just might get skipped over. It's just a summer pattern. It doesn't matter what kind of factor is driving these showers and storms. Sometimes you just don't get hit, and I know you guys in the comments have mentioned that. Sometimes you just get skipped. Some summers are worse than others. It seems like the last 3 summers my location has gotten consistent rains from Mother Nature, but I had about 2 summers in a row when I first moved into this house where we would go these awful 2 to 3 week stretches without any rain, and it would literally rain a mile or 2 down the street. In fact, I've had it where I can actually hear it on the other side of my neighborhood raining through the trees, and it just never quite makes it to my house. And I used to vent my frustration out on it too, but people just aren't going to understand if they're getting rain. But anyways, a nice day. across most of the Ohio Valley, the Northeast. Once you start to get into New Jersey, points south into the Delmarva area, it's definitely going to be warm today, probably into the 80s and 90s. But a nice day into southern New England, maybe a little bit more humid, but still the temperatures aren't going to rise much. The southeast cloud cover will keep you guys from warming up too much, but it will be very humid today. For example, yesterday all day here in central South Carolina, we had a very steady, light, warm rain, if that makes any sense. It felt like it was raining consistently at around 80 degrees, and the humidity was awful. So, it wasn't raining heavier enough to really cause any rain-cooled air. But anyways, it's going to be very hot again across the south central U.S. But if I keep this rolling here, you notice these little splotches. This is trying to predict where convection or showers and storms could form and cool you guys out. And let's hope that's the case. This will spread out outflow boundaries potentially, and then create rain-cooled air that will cool you guys off, maybe for your evening activities, or if you got anything going on outside or anything across Texas today. But that's all I got, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. God bless all y'all. I may or may not make a video tonight, and probably leaning towards not. But God bless all y'all, and I'll talk to you when I talk to you again.